Hi Scorpio, welcome to I Am Destiny Calling Tarot and welcome to your weekly reading. This reading is going to cover the time frame of February the 23rd through February 29th. Would like to make a quick announcement before we get started, guys. I'm offering a free personal reading. Would like to pay it forward. Thank each and every one of you who have joined this wonderful community. My intention is to try to do this on a regular basis, once a month, maybe even. So if you'd like to get your name in the contest, simply go ahead, drop a comment below, and next week during the reading, I will announce the winner of the free personal reading contest by yours truly. Very exciting, I know. All right, so let's get started, Scorpio, with your reading. This is a general reading for the Scorpio collective. So where it is general, if you're noticing messages not resonating with you, simply means that those particular messages were not meant for you, and that's okay. Dates as well really are general guidelines here in the reading, more or less to allow me to know from week to week where I'm at, where I'm posting. Keep that in mind. Okay, let's get into the energies. We're going to take a deep breath. Okay, we're going to take 2 deep breaths. Lower your shoulders. Stretch your neck out a bit. All right, say goodbye to all of the negative energies that have been holding you down. We're going to take another deep, deep breath. And we're going to allow all of the positive, good vibes to come our way. All right, Scorpio, you are a bit shaken. You're a bit shaken. I can feel, for some reason, my arm is shaking. Yeah, it's pretty prominent. Let's take a look into your energies. Spirit, please provide a message for Scorpio, and this is to cover the time frame of February the 23rd. Okay, so the first card out is Devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. I feel there's going to be a turning point for you. I feel that things are in a bit of chaotic energies. We're going to get some cards to clarify this energy here for you. Spirit, please provide some clarifying details for Scorpio. What other messages, Spirit, would you like to have come forward for Scorpio? Clarifying details for Scorpio to cover the time frame of February the 23rd through February 29th. So you do have, like I said, a sense of being shaken. And this is quite an intense it's quite an intense energy around you, and it's very difficult to explain. Okay, so I'm just going to move into the cards, and as we go along, likely get some clarifying cards along the way. So the first card is Page of Wands. So Page of Wands here, it says creativity. Sensing this is very much the direction that you need to go in for balancing your energies, for keeping yourself consistent, for stabilizing yourself, going into creative outlets to burn off energies that aren't serving you, to distract you in a way, maybe even to bring you some sense of pride and joy and accomplishment. Anything at this time that you're passionate about, fully diving right in. Spirit is giving you this message at this time to let you know that this would be a form of self-care for yourself. Second card is the Chariot. So the Chariot card is indicating, as it says, movement. Very much sensing this is not so much on a physical level, more so in a spiritual level, spiritual growth, spiritual transformation, just in your inner world is it's transitioning, it's transforming, it's taking a new not even sure how to explain, taking on a new, you might be taking on a new identity. The way you've seen yourself in the past is shifting, it's changing, it's, you're reinventing yourself is almost the best way to explain it. Next up, you have the Justice card, and it says at the bottom, it says balance. So you are going to achieve balance. You know this, you feel this, you have belief in yourself, you believe it's coming, you believe it's possible, you believe it's possible for you. I feel the emotions are shifting up and down and changing on a regular basis. But overall, you're allowing yourself to become balanced because you're allowing yourself to accept change. You're allowing yourself to be reinvented. You're coming to the place where you're actually going to be embracing change and transformation. And overall, with the Justice, I'm feeling that you are starting to begin to feel as though you are justified in sensing and believing and knowing that this transition is something that you are very, very deserving of. I feel that you're going to start to do some intense work along your path. And it's quite personal to you. It's quite deep. It's very, very deep. It can be overwhelming where you have a tendency to lean towards the more negative, darker aspects of yourself, and you find it difficult at times to allow your light to shine. And where you're headed actually is an equal balance of both. Next card, Four of Cups. So with the Four of Cups here, it says boredom. And I do really feel on a deep level here that this is relating to your emotions shifting dramatically at this time, going from confused to uncertain to feeling empowered to feeling restricted to feeling boredom to feeling strong and powerful. So it's really just from one opposite end of the spectrum to another. You're embracing this. You're understanding that there's a lesson involved here. You're understanding that you are becoming a master in your emotions, how you react to your emotions. And you're understanding how deeply transformative this change is that's happening within you because of the fact that you are becoming a master of self. This is not a little change. This is a life-changing experience for the self. Next card is the Star card. Love, love, love this card. This card and the Sun card, I think, are my favorites. It says hope. And it's almost as if you feel like you were drowning in the water and you're looking up and you're seeing the sun shine through and you're reaching towards the light and you're actually wanting to swim up to the light and save yourself from this drowning situation. So there is a really big indication here that your hopefulness will take over you and propel you forward into movement as far as spiritual movement goes. A lot of self-transformation, self-love, self-care here. And I can definitely say this all comes together for you because the next card up is the High Priestess card. And it's very symbolic of wisdom. So you are gaining you're gaining quite a bit of wisdom in a short amount of time. Not an easy thing to accomplish. You are slowly transforming yourself into an individual who can guide others with their wisdom. Others will come to you and ask for assistance based on the amount of wisdom that you've accumulated. This devotion almost, it doesn't just feel like you're becoming devoted to spirit or the divine. It feels as though you're becoming devoted to being the best version of yourself. Where it does say your commitment has been recognized, I do feel that that will resonate with some people on a different level depending on the situation. But I do feel, sorry guys. Oh, where did it go? I do feel, we'll just leave it there. It's all good. That you do you feel that this is a promise that you're making to yourself. And as far as a commitment that has gone noticed, what I am sensing is you feel that you have given you've given heart in the situation. So you've opened your heart and you feel as though you've been giving from a heart space. And that could be something that is tricky for you. So based on those feelings that you have, you need to understand that the messages coming through are that that is not going unnoticed. And how incredibly important that is for you. That is a big part of your transformation. And finally, it almost feels as though your overall lesson is unconditional love. And it's almost as if you sense this, you just haven't completely 100% accepted it. But you do definitely sense it on a very deep level. It's a process. It's part of the transformation. It's not overnight. It's not intended to be overnight. It's intended to be a journey that you're going to go through. And that's what makes it so prominent and transformative and important. But overall, I do feel it's almost as if the self needs to understand that they are worthy of unconditional love. Believe it or not, I do feel that that is where you're headed. Like I said, it's not a short-term, immediate thing that comes to you. It takes a lot of work, and that is how you become that is how you, how do you say, self-mastery. That's a big part of self-mastery, and you will obtain self-mastery when you obtain self-love, unconditional love. Not sensing that you're overly enjoying having to maybe share feelings, but I do feel that you have a lot of them bottled up at this time. That I know for sure. All right, let's get some clarifying details. Spirit, did you have any additional messages that you would like to have come forward for Scorpio? What additional messages can you provide for Scorpio at this time? And this is to cover the time frame of February the 23rd through February 29th. Okay. So you do have some pentacles here. You have two pentacles that came out. So the pentacles, you have 6 of pentacles and you have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is actually, the 6 of Pentacles is very much indicating generosity, finances, gifts. So you could either be receiving or giving gifts. If you are generously giving at this time, you're very much getting the feeling of giving being such an immense reward that you're so grateful to be able to experience. This also, I'm very much sensing, is a sense of humility, which does unfortunately make you feel quite vulnerable. And again, that's a huge part of unconditional love. So it's all of the pieces of the puzzle that need to come together, right? And then the next card is the Knight of Pentacles. So this one is going to be symbolic of loyalty. So it's very much, I'm getting progress here, a sense of order, a lot of trust and loyalty as far as putting trust in the universe, putting trust in it seems as though you're putting trust in a slow and steady pace as far as planning moves out with care. Loyalty as far as going after what it is that you feel is important to you, staying true to yourself. This is a really great card that indicates that the results that you will be bringing into your life will provide you with great fulfillment. And the last thing I'm getting from this card is that this very much could be the right time to make serious decisions that need to be made regarding long-term future planning. So for specific people, that is an important message. Not for everyone. You know if it resonates with you. Okay, and the last card that came out is the Ten of Swords. So this couldn't be a more appropriate way to end the reading. This is symbolic of endings. This is a completion here of drama. It's you releasing resistance of any kind. It's you seeking truth. It's very much representing transformation. No longer being in a state of victimhood. It is you walking away and letting go. You're going to focus 110% on your future, not only your future, but mostly your present moment. The past is not something that you will dwell on any longer. You understand, and you're in complete understanding that the past will remain in the past. It cannot be changed. And it does not have to predict the future in any way, shape, or form. So overall, I do feel that you are coming to a realization of things at this time that need to be released, especially on a mental level, which are taking up too much of your mental capacity at this time, not necessarily being productive in your mental space at this time. So overall, like I say, an ending or completion as far as releasing the unnecessary conflict. So making the conscious effort to make the decision to allow yourself to respect yourself enough to put an ending to any conflicts that are bringing on uncertainty, hardships of any kind, understanding that you're moving more so towards unconditional love for self. Alright, so that is the end of your reading for this week, Scorpio. I'm going to go ahead and pull your inspirational message. Spirit, what message would you like to have come forward for Scorpio? One additional message, an inspirational message for Scorpio at this time. On 3 shuffles. 1, 2, 3. Your message is confidence. You are that peacock. Be confident in knowing that you're doing the work. Be confident in knowing that you can allow your light to shine. From a place of unconditional love is where it will shine the brightest for you. Let's go ahead and read what it says. It takes courage to put your butt on the line and go for it. And the best way to strengthen your confidence is to put yourself out there. Who cares what other people think? Everybody starts somewhere. And don't worry about making mistakes. You can always course correct. But you'll never know or grow unless you try. And the more you do, the more confident and successful you'll become. When you shine, we are all inspired to do the same. So this confident peacock here is very, very symbolic of you shining brightly with your inner light. Not necessarily things that are exterior from you, but truly, confidently from what you have within you, and doing it from a place of unconditional love for self. So again, transforming into a confidence of self-confidence, transforming into I'm hearing mostly a belief that you are deserving. I think that's a specific message for someone. All right, that is the end of the reading for this week. Just a quick reminder, please go ahead, drop your comment below to get your name into the contest for the personal reading. I'd like to thank you, each and every single one of you who take the time out to watch these videos, listen to these videos. I appreciate it so, so very much. I'm very happy to see that for the most part, overall, this community, it seems to be a great bunch of people who really just want to go ahead and support each other, and I'm not sensing a lot of judgment on anyone's part, and I gotta say a big kudos to all of you for maintaining that vibe. That's a great place to be for the self and for the whole. It's just a sense of oneness in this community, and really overall it's just each of us standing up, respecting each other, and supporting each other, and I think it's incredibly important. So big kudos to all of you out there in this community. Alright, so if you'd like to come back from week to week, guys, and you haven't already, please remember, go ahead, click on like and subscribe.